Just the guy. So I was so, I mean, Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life.
Sure.
And he was very nice about it. He was like, oh, don't worry. So I was like, okay. Then Danny goes and goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet going.
Yeah.
Like,
Which was?
It wasn't very
as to whether or not, you're kissing on the show.
To me, I think what makes it work is, I know.
Is that you're so freaking hot?
No, is being able to do scenes with him and being in it with him. I mean, to be
so
with an
freaking
extraordinary actor. Stop it
Sorry,
now.
go ahead.
Silly goose. And Sean Levy, the director, really, really fabulous.
Hi, I'm Ashton Kutcher, and I'm from That 70 Show TV. No, That 70 Show too.
Yes.
And the reason I'm doing this is not because I think Integrate is good, but because Josh only man was sitting on my lap was like.
Ashton Kutcher's career has often been framed as a story of reinvention, moving from small-town modeling into mainstream Hollywood success, later expanding into technology investments and public advocacy. Over time, he has built a reputation that spans entertainment and entrepreneurship, keeping him in the public eye for decades. Recently, however, online discussions have resurfaced around his past associations and statements, leading to renewed scrutiny and debate across social media platforms. Some commentary circulating online has linked actor Jim Caviezel to broader criticisms of Hollywood culture, which has further fueled speculation and interpretation, though much of it remains unverified or based on selective clips and commentary rather than confirmed facts. As a result, Kutcher's public image is once again being reevaluated in a digital environment where narratives can quickly intensify and spread regardless of context.
Puff and I blow the duff down! Hillary Duff is in Liz McGuire. She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18. Along with the Olsen twins.
Jim Caviezel is often portrayed online as a figure who is willing to criticize Hollywood culture and speak on controversial topics, which has led to both praise and backlash throughout his career. Meanwhile, Ashton Kutcher has built a long and varied career, starting from modeling and sitcom fame before expanding into film, television hosting, tech investments, and advocacy work. His public image has shifted many times over the years as he has taken on different roles in entertainment and business. Recently, some online discussions have drawn connections between the two names in broader narratives about Hollywood, but much of this remains based on speculation and commentary rather than confirmed facts or evidence.
And I went, oh, okay. Now I understand what we're up against.
Wow.
Epstein Island isn't the only...
Christopher Ashton Kutcher was born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and grew up in a working-class family with no ties to the entertainment industry. A significant part of his early life was shaped by his twin brother Michael's serious health challenges, including a heart transplant, which is often described as having a lasting emotional impact on him and influencing his sense of empathy and responsibility. Kutcher's path into fame began in the late 1990s when he was discovered and entered the modeling world, working with major brands like Calvin Klein and Abercrombie and Fitch, which helped him gain visibility and eventually transition into acting. Over time, he moved from modeling into television and film, later expanding into tech investments and public advocacy, building a multi-layered public career. In some online discussions, broader and often speculative narratives have been attached to early industry connections, but many of these claims remain unverified and are part of wider internet debate rather than established fact.
Honest, are you pissed you didn't think of Zoolander first? No, but I do want to say, if you look in the top right hand corner of that photo of my abs that look phenomenal, I don't know what happened to those, you'll see a guy in the background. If you really look close, you might see Superman. Because that is Tom Welling. And that is when I met Tom Welling for the first time before he moved to Los Angeles and stayed at my house.
Ashton Kutcher's major breakthrough came in 1998 when he was cast as Michael Kelso in That 70s Show. The series became a commercial success and helped launch his career in Hollywood, while also connecting him with a group of co-stars who would remain part of his professional and personal life for years. Among them were Danny Masterson and Mila Kunis, with whom Kutcher later formed a long-term relationship and eventually married Kunis. Over time, some of these associations have drawn public attention, particularly in light of legal issues involving Danny Masterson, who was later convicted of serious criminal charges. Kutcher's past friendship with Masterson has been referenced in media coverage and online discussion, largely because of their shared history on the show. However, it is important to distinguish between personal association during a television production and any verified involvement or wrongdoing, as public narratives online often blur those lines. Kutcher's career continued to evolve beyond the sitcom, but his early connections from that period are frequently revisited whenever broader conversations about Hollywood relationships and accountability arise.
One-time sitcom actor and Church of Scientology devotee Danny Masterson is now also a convicted. 10 days ago, he was jailed for 30 years for his violent crimes. But what's been revealed since his sentencing is the support he received from fellow Hollywood stars, including Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. In letters to the judge asking for leniency for Masterson, the married couple described their friend more like a saint than a sinner. They said he was a role model and an exceptional character. Not surprisingly, their comments have caused outrage.
Ashton Kutcher's name has occasionally been brought up in connection with past media speculation, but one of the most documented incidents involving him dates back to 2001 and the tragic murder of Ashley Ellerin. Kutcher had arranged to meet her on the night she was killed and later testified that he arrived at her home, knocked on the door, and received no response. He stated that he looked inside and assumed she was not there, then left. He later learned she had been murdered that same night. Kutcher was never considered a suspect or accused of any wrongdoing and was only involved in the case as a witness during the investigation. Over time, this incident has often been referenced in online discussions, but the established facts remain limited to his confirmed witness testimony and the criminal investigation that led to the conviction of the perpetrator.
Describes the night 18 years ago when his friend and romantic interest, Ashley Ellerin, was stabbed 47 times. Kutcher says the two had plans to meet for a drink that evening, but when Ashley didn't answer his calls, he swung by the house and tells the jury, "I knocked on the door, there was no answer. Knocked again, and once again, no answer." He adds, "At this point, I pretty well assumed she had left for the night and that I was late and she was upset." Ashton testifies that when he went to Ellerin's house, all the lights were on, adding, "It was a little bit of a mess. I saw what I thought was red wine spilled on the carpet," adding, "I didn't really think." The actor also admitted he was worried he would become a possible suspect. His fingerprints on the victim's door. Gargiulo's attorney, Daniel Nardoni, tells him, "Don't worry, you're not a suspect."
Some online discussions have revisited the 2001 tragedy involving Ashley Ellerin, noting that Ashton Kutcher had planned to meet her that night and later testified he briefly went to her home before leaving when there was no response. Official investigations led to a conviction of the perpetrator, and Kutcher was never treated as a suspect or accused of involvement, only as a witness. Despite this, the case is sometimes referenced in speculative narratives online, even though there is no credible evidence linking him to the crime beyond his confirmed testimony. Separately, Brittany Murphy, who once worked with Kutcher in Hollywood, passed away in 2009. Her death was officially attributed to pneumonia combined with other medical factors, and later reports also noted similar circumstances in the death of her husband months afterward. These events have been widely discussed in media and online spaces, often giving rise to speculation and conspiracy theories, but no verified evidence has connected Kutcher to her death or suggested any wrongdoing. Over time, these unrelated tragedies have occasionally been grouped together in internet commentary to build broader narratives, even though they involve separate circumstances, different investigations, and no established link to Ashton Kutcher beyond past professional or social connections.
That woman's was eventually found. I think he's known as the Hollywood Ripper. And Ashton's statements to the police and Ashton's statements on the stand were lies. And Jane Doe 3 in the Danny Masterson trial, publicly known as Chrissy Carnell-Bixler, went public with the information that she was sitting next to Danny Masterson in their car, and Ashton was on speakerphone when he called Danny Masterson after having already spent an hour on the phone with Ashton, after Ashton had already spent an hour on the phone with his own manager, trying to decide whether he should call the police about having just found the dead body of the girl he was about to go out on a date with.
The claims being made there are not supported by any credible evidence and mix together speculation, rumors, and emotional commentary in a way that distorts what is actually known in the Ashley Ellerin case. Ashton Kutcher was a witness who testified that he went to her home on the night they'd planned to meet, knocked, received no answer, and then left. He later learned she had been murdered. Investigators did not accuse him of any wrongdoing, and he was never treated as a suspect. The case was ultimately solved through a separate investigation that led to the conviction of the actual perpetrator, AS for Brittany Murphy. Her death in 2009 was officially attributed to pneumonia combined with other medical factors, and her husband later died under similar medically documented circumstances. While both deaths generated public discussion and online theories, no verified investigation has ever linked Ashton Kutcher to either tragedy. It's important to separate documented facts from internet narratives, especially when serious allegations are being made. Accusing individuals of crimes without evidence can easily cross into misinformation, even when the topic is framed as speculation or commentary. Ashton Kutcher's public career has been shaped by both success and controversy, as well as the way media and online narratives often reframe celebrity history. He first became widely known through That 70s Show and later gained even more visibility as the creator and host of Punk'd, a hidden camera prank series that became a major pop culture hit. While the show was popular, it also sparked some debate at the time about the ethics of pranking unsuspecting participants for entertainment, a discussion that followed many similar reality-style programs of that era. Beyond television, Kutcher has also been active in technology investing and philanthropy, co-founding initiatives focused on combating exploitation and supporting vulnerable communities. However, his public image has faced scrutiny in recent years, particularly after it emerged that he and Mila Kunis wrote character reference letters on behalf of Danny Masterson during his sentencing phase, a decision that drew significant public criticism once Masterson was convicted. Like many longtime public figures, Kutcher's career has been revisited through different lenses over time, with older events and associations being reinterpreted in new contexts online. This has contributed to ongoing debate about celebrity responsibility, personal relationships, and public accountability, especially when past actions are viewed through today's standards and expectations.